Teigen and John Legend are both opening up on social media about their heartbreak, the loss of their child after pregnancy complications. And it's really such a personal thing. What do you think, Sarah?
Well, my heart breaks for them, and I know all of us are thinking of them in this time. I think I applaud them, though, as public figures for sharing this. Anyone talking about this is so important, because I think too often women, families, but women specifically, often bear the burden of feeling they've done something wrong when the numbers, 25 to 50% of pregnancies end in miscarriage, and they can't even get those numbers accurate because oftentimes women lose babies so early in the pregnancies. But by talking about it, you remove the stigma of feeling that it's just you, and often suffering in silence is the part, that isolation, that allows you to fuel shame and a lot of the things that go with it. But also it reminds you you're not alone. And I think when anyone's ever faced grief, the one thing that helps you is knowing other people have survived it and come to a new normal and smiled again. And so my heart goes out to them, but I know that talking about this definitely helped people.
What about you, Sunny?
I think what Sarah just said is just so spot on. It's so isolating to suffer that kind of pain in silence. And I know it firsthand because I myself suffered 5 miscarriages. And it's something that I suffered privately. And I know that normalizing that grief is so very powerful, because I just wrote about it in my memoir. And I have received hundreds of emails and texts and messages from women all around the country saying that they were part of that experience and that journey too, and that by my sharing that experience, they realized that they weren't alone. And I think that Chrissy and John sharing that very private and personal experience is helping millions and millions of people. And they should be applauded for doing that. And they also deserve our support and our prayers, because, again, it is one of the most debilitating and painful experiences a person can go through. And it's also a very painful experience for men, because men also don't talk about it in much larger numbers. And they have experienced a really great loss as well. So I applaud them.